On Capitol Hill, here now, Republican Congressman Fallon from Texas, who attended that very briefing. Congressman, good to see you tonight. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, Jackie, obviously we learned about the situation, the ongoing situation and crisis and war in the Ukraine. Can't talk about specifics, but I can tell you that it's been obvious over the last several weeks that an overwhelmingly bipartisan effort up on the Hill has been leading the effort to do the right thing and help the Ukrainians fight off the Russian bear. And unfortunately, we're not getting the bold leadership we need from the White House and Joe Biden.
And you recently were on a bipartisan trip to Poland, Romania, and Moldova. Can you tell us, you spoke to some of the refugees, people on the ground, what you observed?
Yeah, Jackie, it was both heart-wrenching and heartwarming. It was heart-wrenching in the sense that there were 10 million Ukrainians have been displaced, 6 million in their home country, and 4 million have left and are refugees now, 2 million of them in Poland. And it's heartwarming when you see the Poles and the Romanians and the Moldovans opening their hearts and their homes to these folks. In Poland, there's not one major refugee center or camp because those 2 million people, that's the increase of their country's population of 5% in just over 3 weeks. They're living with Polish families. The Poles have stepped up, and they also know and are acutely aware of the dangers that Putin, Russia, presents to not only Poland but the rest of Europe, and that's why they have that strong friendship and alliance with the United States.
Can I just ask you your opinion on where we are with respect to this war right now? As an observer, you're watching this. Many people are saying that peace negotiations might come to some positive resolution. Others are saying essentially this is a typical Putin strategy. It's a game to buy some time, to be able to reset, that he has no intention of stopping.
Jackie, we can't forget that Vladimir Putin is a trained KGB agent. He is a professional liar, and he's very good at it. When he says he's withdrawing from around Kiev, or from Kyiv, to give the peace process a chance, he's lying. He's redeploying his troops, most likely to the Donbass region. And he was lying for 4 months, saying that he was just conducting military exercises, just happened to be right on the Ukrainian border. What we need to do, as Americans and as a member of NATO, is to get as much humanitarian, economic, and military aid, and some asymmetrical military aid. The Ukrainians are very thankful, but we need to give them more Javelins and Stingers and S-300s and drones, the Switchblade drones, light machine guns, anti-tank mines, plastic explosives, sniper rifles, and as much ammo as they need, because they're winning right now. And a stalemate really is a Ukrainian win, because Putin cannot take this much longer, because it's a war of attrition. It's one he'll lose.
Those are the things that they need right now on the ground, in the position that they're in. But, you talked about Vladimir Putin being a liar, being former KGB, talking about his character. To a certain degree, you would think that President Biden and NATO members would understand who they were dealing with, and yet the tagline before all of this happened, before all of the carnage, was essentially, we're trying to exercise diplomacy.
You know what? The best way to exercise diplomacy, like President Reagan says, is peace through strength.
Yeah.
Be bold. We need to paint with bold colors, not soft pastels. You got probably 2-3 million Ukrainians willing to fight and die for their homeland. Let's give them the weapons they need. Let's give Russia a bloody damn nose, and let's get him back to his home country and keep Europe safe. Because, inflation, and this is an economic siege as well.
Absolutely.
We need to keep up the pressure on Putin economically and militarily.
Speaking of that, real quickly, a new Quinnipiac University poll saying that 41% of Americans blame the White House for high gas prices. It is true that gas prices are up 77% since Biden's inauguration, and they were on the rise well before this war, just putting more pressure on everyday Americans here at home.
As soon as Joe Biden was sworn into office, he declared, a war, and he was vilifying the American energy sector. He canceled the Keystone XL pipeline, and then he withdrew and he lifted the sanctions on the Nord Stream 2 pipeline that's going from Russia to Germany. And now he just recently reversed course and reinstituted President Trump's policies by sanctioning it.
Yeah.
Again, we have plenty of natural gas and oil in this country. We need new refineries, and we need to unleash the American energy sector so we can be economically energy independent again,
and
we can reduce the price
globally.
Yes,
we need natural gas export terminals. Congressman Fallon, we're out of time, but it's great to see you tonight. Thank you.